magically. Into the spice grinder, I've got the coriander and the 4 mixed peppercorns and a little bit of cayenne. I'm going to grind this up and add it to the to what we have here that was cooked in the pan, the contents of that pan. Okay, I'm going to add this ground spices to this, along with about a tablespoon of cider vinegar, maybe a little bit more, and a little dash of liquid smoke, just a touch. And we're going to puree this. Want to get it completely homogeneous as a paste. Okay, now that this is pureed, we're going to add 2 ounces of vegetable oil, or melted butter if you prefer. Melted butter actually tastes better, but we're going to use vegetable oil because that's what we do in the restaurant, and we're going to puree it some more. Okay, this is the mixture we're going to spread out over the chicken when it's cooking, but first it's got to be cooled down because it's too hot and it'll actually cause the chicken to start spoiling if you put this hot liquid on, so leave it. Okay, now to take care of the chicken. If you forget which side the back is on, first of all you can kind of look, it looks like it's laying down here, but you can always peek inside. You know, maybe you don't do this very often, you forget which way the back is. The back is this side. You're going to take a pair of kitchen shears, or poultry shears. I know you can do it in other ways, but this is just the fastest and the easiest, idiot-proof way. You just snip right through the bones down either side of the spine. Very, very easy. And you get to the end, final snip. Now you can save this for stock if you want to, if you make your own chicken stock, or you can just discard it. We don't really need this for the, certainly don't need it for this recipe. Now, next problem we got here is, open it up a little bit. We're going to take a knife. First we got some little remnants of liver and kidneys you usually find inside the chicken because the people that did the butchering usually weren't all that careful. You got this piece here called the sternum. It's the front chest bone of the chicken. You can remove the whole thing if you want to. If you want to bother with it and take it out, you can. But you know what? When we cook the chicken this way, there's really no point in going through and taking care of all these bones because this is just going to fall out when we're done with it anyway. Leave it there. It helps hold the chicken together. What we do need to get rid of, though, is these ribs. We got a couple little rib cages here. I'm going to take a knife right along here. See this set of ribs here? We don't need this. It's just a bunch of little bones that are going to mess up the meat later on. They're going to get tangled up. So we're going to pull these out. They're very easy to pull out. Very easy. There's 1/2 of the rib cage. And you do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so you can kind of just stick your fingers down here. Here's the ribs from the other side. We're going to throw those out. You could also use those in stock if you want to. Just want to make sure that there's meat is separated from the sternum along the sides, just by running your hands there. Now, by doing that, chicken, you got a little break here you got to make. You got to pull it apart, and then that's it. Chicken's going to lay nice and flat, where you're going to coat the seasoning. You just got to remove these wing tips too, also for the stock pot, or trash if you're not making stock. These are culinary wasteland. There's no meat on those. There's almost no flavor. It's mostly just fat. That's it. The chicken's ready. And this is our seasoning mix from before. I put a plastic wrap over it. It's actually been in the refrigerator for about an hour now. It only needs about half an hour. That's fine. But a little bit more time here. So chicken's spread out. What we're gonna do is there's no pretty way to do this. It just needs the seasoning mix and the cooked vegetables smeared all over it. First the bottom, and then the top. And you're going to use a lot. Cover it with aluminum foil. And it goes in the oven at 130 degrees Celsius for the first hour. It's kind of going to steam at a low temperature. And it's in these flavors, in the juices of the chicken and the sauce that you put on there. 1 hour at 130 degrees in the oven. Here's the chicken. I just want to show you how tender it is. I'm using a butter knife to pull it apart. That's how tender this chicken is. Also look for my cocktail book, Cocktails of the South Pacific and Beyond, Advanced Mixology, available through Amazon online.